Okay, as you guys see here, I got a little drawing for you. I just mopped up real quick. This is how this kind of went this day with Billy and my uncle. I put my uncle down here. Here's a bedding area. You see the bedding area down the center? This is a steep hillside. Now, I got a lot of deer this way. These arrows here on the right, that's the wind. The wind blows across this field, across this bedding area, and there's a steep hill right here, okay? Now, these deer like to travel through that bedding area and on the edge of this, the bottom of this hill, this steep hillside. So we put my uncle over in this area, okay? That black dot there. We'll call that Uncle Richard. Now, Billy is about midway over here, maybe a little shy of midway, okay? At the base of this hill. Now, we got a lot of deer here. So you can barely walk through this bedding area. It's a lot of trees down, brush, briars. It's nasty. Down over on this side, down here, okay? That's where I've been getting a couple deer, probably about 3 or 4 over the course of, 12 years or something. So I go, Billy, you got to walk on this top of this ridge, get over to the edge of this thing, we'll say, halfway down this area. My uncle's down here. So these guys get in position, okay? Then what I did was I went into my original spot, okay? Downwind. This is all downwind. The wind's blowing this way, understand? So they can't smell nobody. I sneak in over here, down this hillside. I get to the bottom of the hill. I jump a deer right over here. He's heading in this direction, okay? He wants to run. Sometimes they run with their nose in the wind. Anybody can say what they want to say. But this deer, we know they're funneling. It's kind of urban around this area. There's all these new construction a few miles away. So they're kind of bunked up in here, whatever you want to call it, bedded down, and they hide in this area. Well, they run like this normally through here. They run out the end here, and then what they do is there's a road over in this direction over here, okay, and they want to cross this road. So what this deer did to me, he just jumped up. I'm 20 yards from him, and I bump him right here, 20 yards from where I usually get him. He actually ran and got down. He did a little loop around over here, okay? Went right by Billy, 20 yards. There's a little water right here. There's a little water in this area, a little low area. So he didn't go through the water over there. He went around it. So it's a little pinch point, okay? Remember your pinch points. He got pinched through this water. It's a swampy area. He went around it, snuck right by Billy. Billy, he wasn't really in the right position yet. He was still up on the hill a little bit. So what I do is get down, I tell Billy. Get down in where you can see him so we get closer to the pinched area, okay? So I go, wait a minute. Let me get back downwind of this deer, and I'm going to come over here, downwind. So I know he's probably still in this, hanging out. We're hoping, right? Or other deer in that area. So we got downwind of him. Uncle's ready. Billy's ready. I cut them in half, the two of them. Either the deer's going to run this way or run out the end that way, try to get around that water. I'm hoping that this water swampy area, he can sneak right back to Billy. Or he's just going to run right to my uncle or shoot across the field. We don't know where he's going to go. But we're guessing it's going to be this way towards Billy to my uncle. So here I am. I come over here real thick. I'm cutting my way through this thing. And the deer, I must have jumped him somewhere over in the back over here or something. So he came through that pinched area and was hanging out over here. He didn't go to my uncle. He went right back to Billy. And Billy, 20-yard shot, banged him right in the neck. He was running right at him. It was the only shot he had, and it was towards the end of the season. And you never got a deer. You're shooting. He made a good shot. Deer went right down. Put another one in him. He didn't suffer. Good shooting, Billy. Really like it. He had a bolt action shotgun. An old shotgun. It was awesome. So guys, when you get in these kind of situations, you got pinch areas, you got to drive them if you can, or What you've been hearing maybe around YouTube lately is called a wind bump, okay? They call it a wind bump. You got to get into the wind with these guys where they can smell you, okay? This deer didn't smell me when he was sitting over here, okay? This deer didn't smell me. The wind was going from the other direction. He's probably keeping an eye on that field. Here I come. He might have heard me over here. He heard me come in. He stood up probably, and he couldn't tell what I was, so he didn't get really spooked. And I knew that. He didn't get spooked. He didn't run far. Like I said, he went right over here, went around that water, and was hanging out right in this area. So take advantage of them little wind bumps, too, on these drives, okay? It's a smart idea. Me and Billy Boy, check what this beaver did. Wow, cleaned that tree right up. Branches and all. Wow. Let me try to give you guys another little tactic that we use. The way you walk into the woods, you can bump deer. And a lot of guys screw this up with four-wheelers or walking in a certain way. You bump these areas and the deer's, over a hillside and they're gone. So here's a little, we have another spot that we used to hunt. We don't hunt there anymore. It's posted property. But there was a hill. Okay, here's the top of the hill. We'll call these contour lines. The lines on the map, contour lines. And this is elevation. It could be anything. The lines could be anywhere. It could vary. There was a ridge here, like a valley. The valley went through like this down. This is the valley coming down. So what I would do is, the wind would blow all different ways here. It was kind of hard with the wind. So the way we would walk in, we got a lot of deer this way. How can I explain it? Depending the time of the day is where the deer are. So they would be at the top of the mountain. We know that. So what we would do is we would climb this mountain. Okay, we'd climb it going in. My father, there was a trail down here. We walked this trail and you get a guy over here. Go up. Okay? We'd line guys up on this mountain like this. We'd line them up. Okay? You get another guy, a driver, possibly. This could be the driver. You get him up there. Do you understand? Now, we would do this both ways. We'd work the mountain from this way and over. Okay, over to here, because this is a pinch point. Then them deer didn't want to jump this valley here. There's a creek, and it was gnarly. It was real nasty. They didn't want to be, they had no way to escape, so they come this way, and they try to run certain areas where they could cross. But obviously at the top, you could get around this thing. The deer could escape over here. So you had to have a guy up near the top, okay? So these guys, you can have those guys walk to you over this way and pinch them deer here on the top of this ridge. There's a little ridge here at the top of this valley. Or you do it the vice versa. You get these guys in here, okay? And those deer want to escape, so you'd have to time it, okay? Where this driver would have to hold up, or he waited till these guys are in and he walk up this area, or vice versa. So getting into the woods is very important. Especially if you got a couple guys, you get into these thick areas or up hillsides, you push it. So another time, I'd line these guys up on the hill. I'd get up almost to the top. I'd sneak by around. I'd come around this mountain over here, we'll say. We'll come up over here. Let me use this piece of paper. Hold on. Bear with me. So here's the top of the mountain. I'd walk over here. I'd come around, and I'd push the top of this thing off. Okay? This top of this mountain here. And the the deer would want to escape. And they would run down the hill like this. And the guys would get a whack at them. Okay, that was like a drive that I did. All right, if you guys want to know more about drive, you let me know. We'll give you some ideas.